be doing articles. Now articles is something that you have already studied at your school level. You also have it for your diploma syllabus. So let us know in detail about articles. There are two types of articles. There is definite article and there is indefinite article. Now the definition of article is, an article is a word that modifies or describes the noun. It is used before the noun to show whether it refers to something specific or not. So let us see what this is. First we will be dealing with indefinite article. Let us see when and how to use indefinite article a or an. Indefinite article are a and an, and definite article we use the. Just remember this. Now when to use the indefinite articles a and an? In front of vowels. Now you already know what vowels are. From school level we have been knowing that a, e, I, o, u, these letters are known as vowels and all the remaining letters are known as consonants. So a, e, I, o, u are known as vowels and all the remaining letters are known as consonants. In front of a, e, I, o, u, all the words beginning with a, e, I, o, u, you will use an. And you will use a in front of all the words that begin with consonants, like here: an airplane, an egg, an ice cream, an owl, an umbrella, a ball, a cat, a dog, a hat, a notebook. Similarly, when there are consonant sounds, remember you have to use a in front of it, like a man, a lamp, a cat. When there are words that begin with vowels, a, e, I, o, u, you have to use an in front of it. So, an apple, an eraser, an umbrella. Now, so far if it is clear, let us move on to some exceptions. Now, if you see here clearly, we can see some exceptions over here. Now, if a word comes across university, you will say university begins with U. So, it is a vowel. So, I should be using an in front of it. But here we are dealing with some exceptions. So, let us see what it reads. We say university with a Y sound at the beginning as though it was spelled university, Y-O-U. So, actually when you pronounce university, the actual sound is of Y-O-U and Y is a consonant sound, that is why it will be a university. Similarly, we say R with a silent H as though it was spelled R. So, it should be an R. So, when we pronounce R, we do not say har, we say R, and O is a vowel, hence we use an in front of it. Here are some of the examples. A uniform, like I told you, the pronunciation of UNI is actually YOU, uniform, that is why we use A in front of it. Similarly, European, a European, union, a union, unit, a unit. Even the word useful will come in this category. So, a useful thing and not an useful thing. Similarly, an honest boy. Okay, why? Because H is silent over here, so we say honest and not honest. So, an honest boy, an honor. You could just read this. A is used before a word beginning with a consonant sound. Examples: a girl, a guitarist, a man, a cup, a university, a union, a European, a country, a uniform, a useful thing, a 1 rupee note, a wine-eyed man. Similarly, an is used before a word beginning with the vowel sound. Example: an enemy, an ink pad, an orange, an umbrella, an R, an honest man, an heir, an MA, an MLA. You have to keep these exceptions in mind so that you don't get confused and you remember them ahead as well. It should be an MA, it should be an MLA. You could just try this exercise on your own. This is an orange, that is a book. This is a hospital, that is an egg. He is eating an apple. This is an umbrella, that is, remember I said university. So it should be a university. I will be away for an hour. What a nice day. A horse is an animal. Now if you are clear about indefinite article, we will move further to definite article, that is the. Remember, whenever we use definite article the, we mostly know what the subject is. Out of the three articles a, an and the, we have only one definite article, that is the. It is called definite article because it shows definiteness. There are definite rules and situations to use this definite article. We need to understand these rules to minimize our errors while speaking or writing English. Now remember, when should you use the? Superlatives. When we are talking about something of the highest regard, like here, Everest is the highest mountain in the world. The highest. We are not going to use a highest over here, we are going to write the highest. Inhabitants of a country, the British live in England. The Britishers, the Indians. So we use the in front of it. When we talk about holy books, the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the Quran, remember we are going to use the in front of them. Nature, when we are talking about nature, the earth, the sun, the sky, the stars, the planet, the galaxy, we are going to use the in front of it because it is important. Rivers, when you are talking about rivers, the Ganges, the Krishna, the Thames river, the Nile river, etc., etc., all these are very important rivers, hence we use the in front of it. When you are talking about seas and oceans, the Arabian Sea, the Pacific Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, etc., etc., remember these are important, so we use the in front of it. When we are talking about mountain chains, the Himalayas, the Andes, the Nilgiris, the Mount Everest, etc., etc., we use the in front of it. When we are talking about monuments, the Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, remember we have to use the in front of it. When you are talking about important positions, the president, the prime minister, the principal, the vice principal, remember you should use the in front of it. When you are talking about musical instruments, the violin, the guitar, the flute, etc., we should use the in front of it. When we are talking about names of the directions, east, north, south, west, use the in front of it. Countries with plural names, the Philippines, the West Indies, we have to use the in front of it. Words such as the last and the last phase, the next candidate, use the in front of it. When you are talking about ordinal numbers, the first edition of the book, he was sitting in the second row, he was sitting in the last row, remember use the in such circumstances. Also when a sentence begins with a blank and you have to insert a, an or the there and you know the subject, remember you have to use the there. Here are some examples from your text. These examples you will solve on your own. See the fourth one. Dash man is the highest form of creation. Now here the sentence begins, there is a blank and we have to insert an article. So remember when the sentence begins, mostly you have to use the over there. Goa is dash paradise for all hippies. Now paradise is again something important, so use the in front of it. I bought dash new mobile, a new mobile. Ram goes to dash temple every day. Now temple again here is important, so you write the in front of it. So these sentences are from your manual, you will solve them on your own and write the answers there itself, or you can write the answers in the rough book. That's all. Thank you. Okay, there's one more slide. Here we see when we do not use any article in the sentence. So let us see when to not use article in the sentence. When we talk about things in general, like milk is good for you, tea is good for you, have coffee in the morning. So when you are talking about general things, don't use any article in front of it. When we are talking about sports and games, let's go and play basketball. Shall we play cricket today? So when you are talking about sports and games, it is not important to add any article in front of it. Before the names of countries such as Japan, France, Italy, such countries do not have any articles in front of it. Whereas you know the exceptions, the United Kingdom, UAE, the United States of America, they have article the in front of it. You have to keep that in mind. These are some of the rules, that's why. Before the name of a language, we are learning English, we have learned French, I am learning Spanish. So, in front of such words, you do not put any article. Before the names of railway stations, when they also places names, like you can say, Virar is the last station, I am travelling to Vasai, I will be going to Churchgate today. So, in front of such words, you do not add any kind of articles. Before the names of meals, they invited some friends to dinner, I will be having my breakfast now, I already had my lunch. So, in front of such things, words you do not add any kind of articles. And the last one, before noun plus number, when you are talking about words which have noun and then a number. The laboratory is in room 6 on the 3rd floor. Similarly, you can say I am going to laboratory number 4, which is on the 1st floor. So, when there is a noun and a number in a sentence, you do not add any kind of article in front of it. So, that's all. We studied definite article the today. We came to know about indefinite article a and an, and also you came to know about when to not use any kind of article in a sentence. So, that's all.